not stuck here. The cops won't bother me. Well, I had the shadow in the garage and it's time to figure out what happened. As you guys recall, I put a inline fuse holder and that's where my 30 amp fuse is. This hanger was touching over here, and one of the things I noticed, there's actually not any burning here on the wires. I'm looking around and I think possibly this one could be a little bit exposed. I don't like that this bracket is metal. It would help if it wasn't something that was, you know, making the electricity actually work. One thing I'm going to be doing now is removing that positive from the battery. So here is some of the damage. So this is the red terminal, and if you look over here, it has been, I guess, cut, or not cut, it's just been burned. So the wire is actually exposed. I think I'm going to wrap this with just some tape. Put plenty of electrical tape here. Electrical tape is not going to really help too much if there is wires exposed, because they'll just melt right through. But I think the real reason is that bracket. Pretty much all I need now, this bracket that I hate. This bracket is really the issue, because it was touching here, and this holds the battery in. So otherwise, you know, the battery is going to be coming out. Now the issue is that this metal touches this metal, and I think the vibration was what caused it. So I'm just going to tape this one. This is the main fuse. I don't like that this wire is so close. What I think I might do is actually like zip tie it to this. That way it really stays out of the way. And I also don't want it to touch the other section. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So when it touches this way, it's not rubbing. So one of the things I'm going to do before I put it all together, I have a 30 amp fuse, and the 30 amp fuse will go into the main fuse. And okay, we got it. Good. So the bike starts, and the only thing I'm going to be doing is putting fuses onto here that I took out. I believe one is a 15. So I got all my fuses in there. I don't like this system because it's the type of thing that, like, okay, you break down and then you have to reach for some fuses. But just put these screws on the side here. One thing I noticed is that my front is shaking quite a bit over here. I'm going to have to readjust the stuff. Actually, one of the things I might do for the rear seat is actually put a bag on it. Just a regular bag, because I want to be able to carry some tools in case this ever happening. Alright, so now we're just going to bolt on our plastic. A matter of like pushing it in. And that's it, guys. This should be ready. The bike starts. Main fuse blew out. That means that the wires, they were fraying. I think because it was really hot, and I think some of the tape melted off the wire, and I think that's the cause. And then, of course, the wires touched the metal bracket that touched the positive terminal. This is not a great system. I don't like this sort of thing, because imagine like you're just riding around and the wires are in such a way that they're a little bit too close together. If I was smart, I'd probably like wire them differently. I also don't like that the fuses are in such a place that you need a screwdriver to get them. When it comes to doing this sort of stuff, it's much better to have them right in here. Like they should be in a box over here, and then you can remove them and see which one blew. This one, the main fuse, was great because all you have to do is pull this out, and I saw it right away. This is the main fuse that blew out. I tried to use the little metal bits to see if I can unscrew the top part, but anyway, this blew out. And as soon as I put a 15 amp fuse in there, it also blew out because it was touching the wire even when the bike was off. Now let me pull the choke. There's the key, and it starts right up. So the bike starts now, there are no issues, and I am ready to ride.